In 2017, they did a 5-year contract, but they didn't write it on a paper.
How can you do a contract without writing it on paper? Was it a word of mouth contract? How do you do a contract for 5 years and you don't write it on paper? Does it make sense? Let me listen to you again. Probably I'm misinterpreting you.
They did a 5-year contract, but they didn't write it on a paper because the record label was still growing.
But EZT himself said they signed the contract in 2017. Are you being serious right now? EZT himself said they signed the contract in 2017. Why are you now saying that they didn't sign anything in 2017 because the record label was still growing? What did they sign? They were doing practice. Now, let me show you in 2017. Maybe you didn't get to do your digging very well. Please, look at the screen right here. The picture you see, I think I showed you guys. I went all the way down to the same time. She signed the contract according to her on her birthday. That is it as well here. I mean, it's very laughable. So what were they signing there? The CEO was there. Toby Godwin was there. I didn't see EZT in the picture, of course, because he's Toby Godwin is the Nigerian CEO. They have other CEOs, I think, in other countries. Probably, I don't know. Please, very dark black man, you need to ask EZT what were they signing at this point. You need to ask EZT what were they signing at this point, because even when she wrote that as well, according to what she wrote under the post, she said that she was signing to record label. What were they signing at that point? How can you jump that she signed the contract, but it was not on paper? And then, like what you're saying, does it even make logical sense to you that is talking about it? I was just wondering to myself, this young man is very, very smart. I would say, I'll give it to him. See, the post before that was him helping someone, this and this and this and this. Okay, now, Mr. Chinwo, open comment section. Why? Medium, I follow you, but if I have to speak true to you, I will say
my lovers, welcome back to Christy TV, my correct people. Them not be smart, you know. Read George, don't put man for what is concerned.
This is a picture of when Chinwo
signed the same contract from the same legal and the way very dark man can bring out his own evidence. Not be smart, my correct people. Them people talk say people dey side this George. They talk say we do if I want to talk say that it makes sense. So my correct people, them we know say contract. We are talking about contract. What is contract? If you don't know what contract is all about, it's a written agreement between two people or a group of people, depending on how many. A contract must be between someone and someone or group to group. Do you get it? So the contract is a mutual contract. There must be a written agreement and it must be duly signed by the both parties involved. Do you get it? That is how to enter into a contractual agreement. Do you get it? You cannot say both of you reach into a contract without a written document, without a written, no signature, nothing was signed, no agreement, nothing, no terms and regulation, and you people are saying that you people have signed into contract. The question now is what really that man is saying actually truth or not? Even if there is another thought to what he's saying, the question is why we are there not a written agreement between Mr. Chinwo and Easy Concept? This is a question. Watch waiting this ring, George, the talk concerning this kind of thing. Where that man talk here, Mr. Chinwo, and now even Dion no real. Dion follow the past very dark man as a guy they boy very well for her. And so he talks to no fear allow every dark man rest. So why they pop news for people? You don't want people to progress. The only thing what they shoot and say make you see people they down for people now in the street. And make una watch what you read George talk. Don't skip any part of this video so that you will know exactly what to say and what to comment.
We will do counter and balancing. That's how Mr. Chinwo said, the money that she made behind the record label was this. This is the money Mr. Chinwo paid. As you can see, Mr. Chinwo paid the sum of $3,500 to the guy. The guy said no, he's not going to agree. That they should do an audit on Mr. Chinwo's account. Mr. Chinwo refused. But the bookman was under duress. Easy was under duress. So they forced him that he must transfer that money. And that was how they went to the bank and the guy do the transfer is pleased. But here's the crazy part, he didn't stop there. Now they now held him again and told the guy that he must give them the catalog.
I think this has to be proven. If after sending that money, he was held again and told that he must produce the catalog, which was a previous conversation before the situation got to even EFCC, I won't just take this as this is what happened. No. Because if he was held again that he must release the catalog, why was he then released from the EFCC? We are going to know why or what led to his own release from the EFCC. Very, very important.
After he collected all this money, and the guy said, no, the catalog cannot be given to you guys. Even though Mr. Chinwo breached contract, you forced me to give you people $274,000, which I've done. Now you are coming to tell me to give you the whole catalog on my 100% investment. I asked, I said, where did you meet Mr. Chinwo? This guy said he met Mr. Chinwo in 2012, before Mr. Chinwo went to Nigerian Idol. That Mr. Chinwo came, knelt down and begged him. That was how Easy now brought Mr. Chinwo in, and that was how they now signed. Now, my investigation, according to that signing, that's letter that the Mr. Chinwo said it was forged. Now see how it happened.
That was how they now signed. Now you just jump from that is how they now signed. You just do catapult to 2019 because that particular document you're talking about was in 2019, the Doma document. I think I showed it here to you, my audience. So how did you jump from that is how they now signed? But that sign is what you want to talk about. You're talking about 2019, 2 years later in Lagos, not even in Port Harcourt, because she came to him and they brought her in Port Harcourt. Let's go on. Now listen to what he says here.
In 2017, they did a 5-year contract, but they didn't write it on a paper.
How can you do a contract without writing it on paper? Was it a word of mouth contract? How do you do a contract for 5 years and you don't write it on paper? Does it make sense? Let me listen to you again. Probably I'm misinterpreting you.
They did a 5-year contract, but they didn't write it on a paper because the record label was still growing.
Well, EZT himself said they signed the contract in 2017. Are you being serious right now? EZT himself said they signed the contract in 2017. Why are you now saying that they didn't sign anything in 2017 because the record label was still growing? What did they sign? They were doing practice. Now, let me show you in 2017. Maybe you didn't get to do your digging very well. Please, look at the screen right here. The picture you see, I think I showed you guys. I went all the way down to the same time. She signed the contract according to her on her birthday. That is it as well here. I mean, it's very laughable. So what were they signing there? The CEO was there. Toby Godwin was there. I didn't see EZT in the picture, of course, because he's Oga Patapata. Toby Godwin is the Nigerian CEO. They have other CEOs, I think, in other countries. Probably, I don't know. Please, very dark black man, you need to ask EZT what were they signing at this point. You need to ask EZT what were they signing at this point, because even when she wrote that as well, according to what she wrote under the post, she said that she was signing to record label. What were they signing at that point? How can you jump that she signed the contract, but it was not on paper? And then, like what you're saying, does it even make logical sense to you that is talking about it? I was just wondering to myself, this young man is very, very smart. I would say, I'll give it to him. See, the post before that was him helping someone, this and this and this and this. Okay, Now, Messi Chinwo, open comment section. Why? Vidiam, I follow you. But if I have to speak truth to you, I will say it to your face. Go and ask him what were they signing there in 2017. The facts are there. If you are saying that what happened in 2019, which they changed the date to 2017, and you say it's forgery, this is a picture of when Judy K signed the same contract from the same legal firm, Odoma. Look at it there. I showed you people. I zoomed in to show you that this was a document that EZT posted as what Mr. Chinwo has signed in 2019 when they changed it to 2017 on the top. But Mr. Chinwo is saying that she didn't sign that particular document. Now I see, of course, right there. Look at Mr. Chinwo standing there. Judy K was signing the same paper, the same document. Look at the weight of it, the blue cover, everything. Why don't they have a picture of Mr. Chinwo signing that contract, just like how they have a picture of Judy K signing that contract? But the only picture they have of Mr. Chinwo signing a contract was over in 2017 when they gave her a car, gave her office. Mr. Chinwo said it herself with her own mouth. How come Mr. Chinwo could not make a post that she signed the contract in 2019, backdated to 2017 with the record label and all of the shenanigans you're talking about now?
Then in 2019, when the record label had gotten base, Mr. Chinwo had already done the blow, they go far. That was when they now decided to put it on paper. So they printed the paper for 2019. Then he now said, wait, we started this contract in 2015, then in 2019, 5 years with 2019, it means you have served me for 7 years. So what is it is, we'll write 2017 so that you just have for 5 years instead of 7 years, which they agreed. So they changed the 9 to 7. That's when Mr. Chinwo was in a forgery. They changed the 9 to 7. And Mr. Chinwo signed with witnesses around, and the Easy also signed. So that thing was not forgery.
Please, I would like, you said there were witnesses around when she signed this. The witnesses we saw at the back of that book is Toby Godwin was there. I saw the name as well there. Temple was there. The pastor was there. Toby Godwin can be a bit compromised because he's a CEO. Can the pastor that is a pastor of EZT and Mr. Chinwo come out on the integrity of your church? Because I really want to know the truth right here. Can you come out on the integrity of your church, your following, as a Christian, as a church leader? Come out and say that in 2019, you were there present when Mr. Chinwo signed this particular contract, the Odoma contract, and it was backdated from 2019 to 2017. Can you please do that on the integrity of your church and your person? You see, when it comes to this issue of this contract, man, I did my digging. I know my onions, man. If they can do that, of course, I'll be like, oh yes. I'll raise my hands on this whole situation and be like, okay, Mr. Chinwo, you signed for this, so you get it. But for Mr. Chinwo herself to say that he admitted at the EFCC that indeed it was a different contract, because even he himself said that they signed a contract in 2017 prior to this. So if you are coming to say now from nowhere in the blue that she signed a contract in 2019, backdated to 2017, that there was no contract written on paper in 2017, what was shown to the world? Mr. Chinwo, your only mistake is I don't even have a copy of the contract you signed. Everyone is learning from your mistake at this point. Let's go on.
I was right before my investigation.
We're not right.
It's still not the sea. Now you're coming out to say, oh, people let you oppress you. Why is the other way around? Now this is why it got crazy. I don't say what their names. I don't say their names. Wait till the name of the pastor. Now, Izzy said one day, Apostle Aslem Maduboko of Revival Assembly called him and said, come. When he came, he said, I want you to give Mr. Chinwo the catalog. That was where there's a problem.
But the same EZT claimed that he had not been able to reach Apostle Anselm. This was before the whole thing escalated. That he had been trying to call him, he's not able to reach him, he's not been picking his call. When did he call him and tell him, oh yeah, give her catalog? Is it Vidiam that is telling this story and making a mistake, or this is what actually EZT told Vidiam? Because even at this point, I'm surprised. But if you are coming to say right now that she didn't sign any contract in 2017, how can you say she signed and then in the same breath again you are saying that in 2019? Ow, think.
So what is going on now is that they are trying to force Izzy to give them catalog, which is not supposed to be.
If Mr. Chinwo is looking for catalog, there will be one ground why she's doing so. Either because she didn't sign a record label deal in 2017. So EZT, Dr. Stephen Akintayo told you to provide the 2017 contract from the foundation of this whole thing starting. You haven't provided that. And also, very, very dark black man, can you please tell EZT you are talking to provide the original of that particular document that you call the contract that she signed? How are you showing if at least you are talking to the main party, tell him to provide the original for you, not photocopy. Why are you looking at photocopy? You should be looking at the original. That is even going to be more implicating, because if you say that she was the one that signed this original stuff by herself, she signed it, and she said she did not sign it, they can see if it was forgery or not. Why is it that she signed and wrote 2017 over there? Why didn't she write 2019? But she wrote 2017, and the pages are saying 2019. Think about it. All of them signed and wrote 2017 behind, because they understood that it was actually supposed to be 2017, but they're signing this contract in 2019. Or is it that the page of the witnesses that was behind the main contract was being attached to the main one that was being prepared and shown to be 2019 contract? Again, what was this picture about in 2017? The funny thing is that that picture only exists in Mr. Chinwo's account. I couldn't see it on Easy Concept page. I scrolled all the way down. Let's go on.
Under duress, they made him remove money from his account and pay her, even though she also refused to bring her own side of the bargain. She refused to let them audit her account to be sure that she actually collected money from all those people. She now claimed that it was just $3,500. So why did you go and collect $3,500 behind $3,500 behind your record label?
Somebody's lying. blatantly in this whole conversation. Somebody is lying to the teeth. So let's listen to someone that was there at the EFCC. His name is Isati, who tried to mediate and all that.
Maybe if you are seeing such a mess within the body of Christ, maybe everybody should come out and tell us.
It's money that
this is not going to do us any good. It has brought damage to the body of Christ. And I honestly and humbly will want to tell the fathers of the faith that this is not Bible, this is not Christ. It can be better. And I still want to believe that we can stop this now.
Now, EZT now admitted at the EFCC office for the very first time that there were 2 contracts. Was this admission what EZT is calling duress? Because he himself posted that they signed a contract in 2017. EZT never said they signed a contract in 2019 and backdated it to 2017. So please check for that as well. The original signed in 2017 and another he introduced 2 years after the actual contract had been signed. Was he made to write this in duress, or he admitted, of course, by himself? He, however, appealed that the matter be settled amicably in peace. He started crying and preached peace. Mr. Messi broke down and emotionally also in tears. There was forgiveness and reconciliation. Let's go on. The legal practitioner representing EZT, Dapo Akosun San, senior partner to the Simmons Copper partners, admonished that parties should settle as Christian family. EZT apologized in tears to Minister Messi and reconciliation was encouraged. Parties settled and the learned Siok encouraged that a settlement agreement be prepared and signed afterwards. All of this was happening in duress. Because he is narrating the same thing. However, upon following up with the learned Siok, the least response remained that we should wait. That was what now led to the court case where EZT now changed lawyer. From the lawyer that was there when they had a reconciliation to a new lawyer entirely. What game are you playing? I was not there, but you see, from someone that is also previous, well, he's saying the same thing. Where is the whole bullying coming and all of that coming in? If not just someone trying to be sneaky. Let's go on.
This is just the devil. I'm begging. We cannot continue like this. Easy were crying. Messi was crying. Messi's husband left Easy. In fact, Pastor Bless was the one that said, let's leave them, their brothers and sisters. Let them cry. And they are alive. So the narrative as if there was no process of trying to bring peace to this matter. No, that's not founded.
If they really were wanting to resolve a situation, and then someone that was supposed to mediate came and said that, oh, don't respond this and this, and you still went ahead to release information to very dark black man, knowing that he was going to come and fire down. Chinwo, now it seems the only problem that they have with you in this whole thing is that they want to audit your account. They want to see your account without making noise on social media. If you have no skeleton in your cupboard or something, let them audit your account. What Mr. Chinwo is asking for is just one thing. Provide the 2017 contract that we signed. Let's look at it together. It is not this particular document that we signed. This is your only failing. Now you know how you can be trusting pastors. Remember, EZT, when he was trying to do the multi-door dispute resolution as well here, article number 2, he said that Mr. Chinwo and the instant respondents is a gospel artist signed under my record label sometime in 2017. Until date, she has subsisting legal obligations under the terms and conditions of the said contract. Sometime in 2017. So if you are saying that she signed under the record label sometime in 2017, doesn't it mean that how can you sign? That's why when I heard VDM say you sign and then it was not on paper, how do you sign? Did you sign with a computer or you sign with a... How did you sign that is not on paper? You signed sometime in 2017, word of mouth. What she's asking for is that 2017 contract. EZT's background was not like a record label owner. His background was like a manager, like you see for Frank Edwards. I showed you Frank Edwards' record, even on the publishing. EZT's name is not there one bit, okay? But I think him going to Lagos, like I mentioned, gave him that exposure. He began to know more about running a record label, and then GDK, others as well went suit in that particular line. But if you say that you signed in 2017, what did you sign? Can the witnesses that were there in 2017 come out and stand for you on that regard? Except Messi Chinwo signed in 2019 after signing it, but she said that she was presented a document to sign. She said, I was presented a document to sign, but she said, no, I'm not going to sign again. So if Messi Chinwo is talking about catalog, maybe she's talking about catalog because of what she signed. Coming out to come and say that she didn't sign anything, it was not on paper, it was only in 2019.